Morning. This is Nita with the Timepiece Garden and Panda. And so we're supposed to have less than a 20% chance of rain. We got some high fluffy clouds and some little gray stuff, but you go back to blue over there, so life is a good thing. So today's goals. Let's fix the mess where Panda was, and the larger pieces of paper that she pulled out, I've already put back in, so I need to rebark them. That one you can see it's kind of obvious. That one's just a little, and that one down there you can see a lot of the white still. So get them rebarked. That's what my gorilla cart's for. It's full of bark right now. Once I get them rebarked, then I'm going to take my wire that I use to keep the deer out of my pears, etc., and actually do it about half that size and put it around these guys. Now these are supposed to be deer resistant. They're just not panda resistant. So if I put a fence around the bottom, she won't be able to dig them out again. Again, my thought process is she was like, well, Mom's digging here. Panda should be able to dig here. I'm thinking that's what she thought. And yeah, we just need to stop that. So that's the goal, is to do that. And then what I'll probably end up doing is, since we've had, almost 4 days of rain now, is I'm working on this wall. There are planters built into this wall. This happens to be one of them. Get the weeds and stuff out. Get the irises out of here and plant them elsewhere. So I can actually put flowers in the planter. There's another planter there full of irises. Let's get the irises out. This is a butterfly weed. You can see it's in bloom, but I've got seed pods. So that's awesome. Just point blank awesome with that, because that might get spread not only in this planter, but in the other planters, because there's 4 of them here. There's those 2. There's this planter, which just has weeds. And it's this planter that has weeds and irises. And then I have to get some vegetation killer and kill off the grapevine that's here. There's a tree down at that end too that's trying to grow that I've also got to take care of, because those will just rip apart the wall. So, but that's the goal today, is just work on the wall. Get the upper portion of it, the shrubs in place, because the shrub roots long term are what's going to hold this mound of dirt back, not grass and daylilies and naked ladies. Those roots only go 1 to 6 inches, which is not enough to hold a hillside back. You get the shrub roots. Those will go close to 6 feet deep. They'll go as deep as the plant will go tall, which is 6 to 8 feet. So that puts the roots down, below this concrete level here, it'll help hold the hill back, which is a good thing, long term. Whew. But they're not trees, so they're not going to be so big that they break the wall, which is the goal. And then the vegetation killer, you can see where I've got like grass and stuff trying to grow in some of the cracks. Get all that killed back. Pull as much as I can, vegetation killer on it. Keep the wall intact as is, kind of thing. But that's the goal for today. Keeps me close enough to the house that should the gray clouds decide they want to rain, I can just run inside. But still gets, something on my project list done. So that's what we're gonna do. And with that, I will talk to you later. All right, mounds are all fixed, barked in, papered in. I've got a pickup paper now that Panda was playing with. Pick it all up, throw it in the trash. Take the cart back, because I won't need it for the rest of this. And just continue to stay busy. I know there's Miss Panda. I know your mama's helper. Frisbee's over there. It was pretty much a move a shovel of wood chips, throw the frisbee. Yeah, that's what we've been doing. It's okay. She's loving it. Life is good. I'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty, little fencing is in. Got a little rebar right there that it's attached to. Again, not permanent, not meant to keep the deer out, meant to keep Panda out. So all 3 of them are done. Little fences, and it's time to start the planters. So I went in the house to use the restroom, got Panda a biscuit. She's looking for the crumbs she dropped. All right, we'll talk to y'all in a few. Alrighty, so this is planter 1. Kind of right real close up against the Jeep. So it's planter 1. It's cleaned out. I did not undo or remove the butterfly bush, or not butterfly bush, but butterfly weed. It's a perennial. I don't like it there. I'd love to be able to see it, and the butterflies come to it from the kitchen window. So that means it should be in one of the other planters, not in this planter. Yeah, just not sure if I want to move it just yet. But anyway, the rest of the planter is empty, and the irises that were on the back side are empty. I have a bucket here. I don't know, what is that, a 1 gallon bucket, planter bucket full of irises. And then I got stuff for the compost pile, weeds and grass and clovers and parts of irises that broke off. But the rock planter is now, again, there. It's ready. It needs a lot of soil added to it. And on the back side, all the irises have also been removed, so the grass will grow, and that way I can trim the grass, keep the grass trim, so on down the line, and maintain the planter better, because irises want to spread. You've got to maintain them. If you don't want them to spread, you got to maintain them. It's just, you have to maintain them type thing. So that's all right. 1 down, 3 to go. I'm glad today is a cool day. I'm glad that we've had 3 days worth of rain, because you can tell the soil is still moist, and it made it easier to pull up some of the irises. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna do the next bucket, or the next planter, and then get the irises out of there. Use a different 1 gallon bucket, because those are a different color. These were very purple, pink, lavenderish. Those were like a purple and a brown type thing. So I don't necessarily want to mix them color-wise. So anyway, back to work. Talk to you in a few. All right, there's planter number 2. Stairs, planter number 1. Whew. That one was full of irises, including around it. You can see where I'm going, and I've actually got to go down the side here, because that's where they were spreading. I've already got a bucket full. I'm going to end up with 2 bucketfuls. There's just 3 more clumps. There's a huge clump there. There's another clump there, and then it looks like there's a smaller clump there. But yeah, the clumps have got to go. And mostly because irises spread. They spread to a point that having them up against a wall like this is not good. It's not good for the wall. It's not good for the iris. So again, that was today's chore. But it's lunchtime. I'm getting ready to go to lunch. After lunch, I will probably finish doing these, and then the 3rd planter has no irises, so it's just weeds, which will be great. And then the 4th planter, we get back into irises again. Lots of irises. You can kind of tell there's irises all up in the planter, all behind the planter, and then all the way down. So I have lots of irises to deal with. And I'll just deal with them and go from there. But anyway, that's the update. 2 planters down, 2 to go. And yeah, I will see you in a little while. All right, this is Nita and Panda, Mommy's helper. We're out here where we picked up kind of where we left off, kind of. We went in for lunch and ended up taking a nap. It's just how the day went. It's a Saturday, whatever. So where we had finished planter number 2, we came back out about 4 o'clock-ish, maybe, somewhere between 4 and 4:30, and it's a little after 6 now, so it's time to stop and go make some dinner. But we were able to finish the wall here, got all the irises out. So these are all the irises. It's a lot of them. There's no debris in there, no grass. That's all irises. All the grass is sitting up there in 2 mounds on the road for me to take to the compost pile. So that's all the irises out of this wall. As far as planter number 2 and the wall itself, it was a lot of irises to dig up. We also finished clearing out planter number 3. Didn't have any irises in it. It was just weeds, so it was easier compared to the irises, but still a pain in the butt. But we're done. It's like I said, it's a little after 6. It's time to go make some dinner. We will take care of planter number 4 tomorrow, because there are a lot of irises down there too, and or the wall with the irises down there. we'll take care of those tomorrow. From there, the thought processes are, what to do here. I need to get some stump killer and put it on the tree that's trying to grow there, because it will screw up the wall immensely if it hasn't already. But long term, I keep going back to the butterfly bush that's there, not butterfly bush, excuse me, the butterfly weed that is there in the first planter. I don't water it. It has done all by itself amazingly well out here. I don't water it. It's there, it's bloomed. I've got seed pods on it. So my thought process is to move it, to, dig up the actual plant, because it's a perennial, and maybe put that in the third one here, and then seed pods in the others, and let it naturally take over the planters. That's one thought process. The other one I have, because they've done well in the heat back here, is I have some woolly lambs there up there that it was gifted to me, and I didn't know where to put it, and I needed to see if it would take the heat. And so it's been right there at the top of the hill. There's no shade, except there is now, because we're getting ready for the sun to go off the mountain, but during the day, like at high noon, it's in full sun all the time, and it's done well. So I've also thought about moving that, digging it all up, and sticking it in the planters here, because it'll do well. It's already proven that it has. Now, I water that a little every now and then, just not every day, not even, it's not like when I water the grass or water the garden. So whatever I put here, I want to be as careless as possible. And I know that sounds crazy. I don't water this hill, typically. I don't water the naked ladies. I don't water the daylilies when they're out here. All this gets is the natural rainwater, and it collects a lot for runoff from the dirt road that's my loop road. And then the retaining wall holding it here, it tends to get just the right amount of water if you get something that can take the heat. Because again, I got the opening there that lets direct sunlight in. So just thoughts. The butterfly weed is probably going to happen. Woolly lambs there, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put it there, if I'm going to move it into the flower garden over here, where I've got the Delilah's tarped up, just so they get some shade. So yeah, just don't know. So, all right, well, let me get to finishing. I got a chunk here to clean up on the driveway, but I'm not going to sweep the driveway down until I finish plant holder number 4, and that'll be tomorrow. And with that said, there's the purple of the butterfly bush. I've had butterflies out here all morning or all afternoon. If I've been out here, they've been out here. And yeah, that'll be your kind of last thoughts for today. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.